Thank you for attending today's postgame press conference for Hofstra Field Hockey. Please remember to mute your mics and use the raised hand feature, and Coach Veinotte will call upon you. Before we open the floor to questions, Coach Veinotte, please give us your thoughts following today's 2-0 win over Towson.
I thought it was an incredibly well-poised game for our team. They took the game plan, our pressing, and they executed it at a great level in between periods. We cleaned 1 to 2 things up. And then at halftime made a couple of adjustments that impacted the second half. But overall, a well-tempoed game, took advantage of our opportunities on the attacking end, and I'm very proud to squeak out the win.
We will now open the floor to questions.
Max.
Hey, Coach. Max Echo, WRHU.
How you doing?
Maryland Vanderbilt had a pretty quiet first half. Then in the second half, they had to face a lot of stops, especially in the fourth quarter. What do you have to say about their performance, especially in the fourth, and helping you guys still hold on to the win?
Yeah, I think that, anytime a team is down at halftime, they have to come back and be fighters, and it almost puts more pressure onto the team that's up in kind of slowing the play and controlling the tempo. And one thing about our backfield is every game they're cleaning things up a little bit, and Merline as well. Merline is making crucial saves, and at the end of the day, a shutout is a shutout, and it kind of speaks for itself. So very proud of our defensive unit of, not only controlling the momentum and the heat that was coming at them, but also controlling the play on the attacking side of the ball and restarting that ball going back up field. So very good job by them. Well,
Coach, so many close calls over the past few games, especially in your conference games. How does it feel like? What's the feel in the locker room? Are you finally able to get that conference W?
Yeah, it's been a really exciting conference play and conference season, and a lot of 1-goal games or overtimes and shootouts. We are right there, and to get a conference win is always a great win. It doesn't matter who you're playing. It's significant. And, we're kind of looking at this as a fresh go, and snapping that losing streak and being able to finish a game and with a shutout is fantastic. We're battling some illnesses right now, and that always brings a different curveball. Our players really came out today and put together a full 60 minutes. So I'm very proud of that. Feels great. Nick.
Coach, talk about Laura Borenstein's goal to open the game. She has a penchant for getting diving redeflection shots on penalty corners. Just talk about Laura's goal to get you guys on the board first.
Yeah, she has an act and a skill set that is one that's hard to train. She can time that connection with a sweep, and especially with Juna, finding her incredibly accurate ball. But that's almost, we kind of joke as coaches, like, is that something that you can teach, or is that like something you just find and recruit? So I think it's Laura came in with that, and incredible touch. And we've used it many times this season, but what makes it hard to scout or stop is the timing piece of it. So the fact that she can kind of time that connection, it's almost unstoppable. Jonathan.
Hey, Coach, what do you think you can take away most from this game, especially it being the first conference win of the season?
Yeah, we're looking at these last 4 games here that we, this one's under our belt, is 1 game at a time. And that's something that we've done all season that I'm proud of our group with. They really have kind of just plugged away. And as much as it is to lose, they're bouncing back quickly, and they're fighting immediately the next day or immediately the next week. So that's something that we're just going to continue to do. They're in the locker room right now celebrating, and tomorrow we're focusing on Fairfield on Sunday, which is a road game. So, just 1 game at a time, and trying to finish the season as strong as possible. And finishing the season strong, and the verbiage we're using it just shows that we're relentless, and we are hungry for more. It doesn't matter, at the end, if we make that playoff tournament or not. What matters right now to us is that we're as hungry as possible and just focusing on this process of growth and being as competitive as possible each day. Jonathan.
Quickly, what is your assessment on Cami Larson's penalty shot goal and the play that sparked it?
Yeah, well, to be honest, both of those corner options were scouted and well executed corner options. And Larson's penalty corner was created from Frankie O'Brien doing exactly what we talked about in pregame, getting that ball back to that inserter and just really feeling what the goalkeeper's decision is. Goalkeeper came out strong. She took it to the inside and ended up, finding that defender's body behind the goalkeeper, creating the penalty stroke. So ultimately, it just shows the poise and the maturity of Frankie being able to execute that and getting the next level of a penalty out of it. And then Cami Larson, I mean, we haven't seen one yet this season, I don't believe, but that's an incredible skill of hers. She does an act for it. So incredible poise to finish it out. Nick.
Coach, not a single shot on goal by Towson until the third quarter. Only 2 shots by Towson total in the first half. What exactly did your team do, your defense do, to prevent Towson from getting many looks in general, or let alone looks on goal?
Yeah, I think right off the bat, we were trying to press their backfield as deep in their end as possible. And when you do that, your turnovers or their turnovers end up being, at, the 40-yard line or the 50-yard line versus pulling back and the turnovers being at their 25. So putting some pressure on and getting them to turn the ball over and us intercept and create attack at a less risky area was our game plan today. And I think that had a piece of it. And then needing to make some adjustments at half. They came out swinging. We had a hard time shifting across the field, but ultimately handled them.
There are no more questions at this time. This concludes today's post-game press conference. Coach Veinotte, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, everybody.